Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Oh yeah, come shop with us. I said flea market. Montgomery, it's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, you heard me. Come shop. Living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. We got it. You need it. You'll find it. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, you heard me. Come shop. I said flea market. Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, living rooms, bedrooms, dinettes. Oh yeah, you can find them at the market. We talking about flea market. Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Hey, hey, don't stop. Let's make it a dance. Come on now, to the left, to the right. Let's do this dance. Hey, to the left, to the right. Let's make this a dance. Flea market, Montgomery. It keeps you jumping. It's just like a mini mall. Check it out now, everybody. Like this now. Hey, hey, flea market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall. Don't stop. Let's dance. Flea market, Montgomery. It's just like a mini mall.
Let's bring it on down now. Oh yeah, I know you're gonna like this. Come on now.
It's just like,
you know what I'm saying.
it's just like,
You know what I mean.
it's just like,
You know it. So why don't you just come on and say it?
it's just like a mini mall.
Oh yeah, you said it. It's just like a mini mall. Oh yeah, you like this? Come on now, flea market.
Oh, I'm on mute. Okay, hello, everybody. Nice to see you. Happy Karen Reed trial day, I would say, except that the fan was broken this morning, and immediately I'm like, who the fuck killed the fan? And speaking of the fan, justice for Flower, says Catch LISK. Dude, I was just actually looking up some meerkat facts last night, and they are terrifying. Those little fuckers scare the shit out of me. So do honey badgers now. I was watching quite a bit, actually, of Meerkat Manor this week after we talked about it again. And I swear, there's something about those little fuckers, the way they stand up. Mookie's started to stand up like that this week, and it was crazy. It's only 51 degrees. How are we double degrees? How are we 100 and you guys are 50? That's disgusting. I'm disgusted. Oh, it's so hot here. Guess what, though? I got the AC in the mail. Walmart dropped it off today. I got one from Walmart. It's a new window unit. It just arrived. It is on the ground. I will be putting it in. Justice for Flower. I will be screaming as I put it in the window. I am so fucking excited. Hello, good day, everyone. Look, it is freezing in the Northeast. It is hot as a witch's ball sack down here. Okay. It is humid. We have mold out the asshole. I'm starting to think Mookie's is just allergic to everything going on outside, because I was looking for patterns and I noticed almost every time we get rainy, humid weather, he gets fucking itchies everywhere, and it's crazy. 48 degrees in Wisconsin, 51 here too. I'm so fucking jealous. We're 90s. Yeah, it is 90s to 100s here. It's fucking horrible. And look, 95. Yeah, so the South is jealous of the North. You guys finally won. You're welcome. Just kidding. Actually, no, we're the losers. Fuck, we always lose. It's our fault. We brought it upon ourselves. Okay, so I wanted to get with you guys midday because a lot of shit's been happening in the news, and I read some crazy shit, and I was like, this can't be true. And then I looked it up and I fact checked it, and it is true. And a lot of stuff happened after that. And I was like, well, I just need to expel this. I need to talk about it. And then I go to watch the Karen Reed trial this morning, and we see a dead ass fan. Is that what we saw? We saw a dead ass fan. I said, it's a sign. This isn't good. You know, your dad hates signs. You know how much I hate signs. I'm like, I don't believe in any of that shit. But seeing that sad fan undusted, just sitting there, knowing there was a drone looking for a mysterious, threatening guy out in Canton, I said, something's wrong. Something's going to happen this morning. Something feels off. And sure as a shit whistle, guess what happened? Guess what happened? Immediately, Bev is like, okay, I need to see all of the jury one at a time at sidebar so that we can each have an individual chat. Because something was brought to my attention, according to Bev. And I'm sitting there like, hold on a second. Individually seeing each juror by yourself at sidebar feels like an interrogation. And then I thought about the fan. What's the number one thing that we do in an interrogation when we are interrogating someone? And I say we because I know that half you bitches have interrogated someone in your lifetime, whether you're a cop or not. What do? That's right. You get a rickety ass chair. You get a table. You saw one of the legs a little shorter than the others. And what do? You either turn the AC all the way the fuck up, or if you're me, you turn it all the way the fuck down because you have no choice. What if you're Beverly Canoni? You make everyone uncomfortable. That's right. And she already makes everyone uncomfortable. So she's got that going. So the fan goes off and all of a sudden it's interrogation time. Not on my watch. I saw right through that shit. I said, wow, collusion. Something's going on. But I did notice that right before this shit happened, right? I saw Karen and Alessi and AJ, everybody's grouped together. They're huddled. They're about to do a Woe Bundy. And then they turn around. And I notice Karen whispers something and points over to where the jury would be sitting. And I'm like, that's weird. And then all of a sudden, Bev says that before the jury enters or after the jury enters. So Karen did that. And then Bev announces the jury's entering. And then she tells the jurors that something's up here. Okay. And then all of a sudden, we just go right back to fucking the school day. I don't know. It feels fucking weird. Feels really fucking weird. Also, hello, Jason. Jason, by the way. Did you guys love it when Jason came on last night? Dude, I could talk wrestling all day with you, Jason. I have to show you some Kevin Nash shit next time we do a call-in. It's going to blow your mind. It's very funny. And I swear to Christ, I am finding every Iron Sheik interview I can because I am positive that he talks about you or some little shit who did the same thing you did and threw something at him. I know Eddie Guerrero. I know that his dad. Also, do I have foam coming out of my mouth? I was drinking a latte earlier and it was just all foam. I had to go get a new coffee. It was disgusting. It was just all foam. I was like, what are you trying to fucking do to me? So if I foam at the mouth, I do apologize. I am not rabid. But anyway, I'm pretty sure that the Iron Sheik had an interview where he straight up talked shit. I can find it. If it wasn't him, it was the same interview series, and it was one of the Guerreros talking about how his grandfather got stabbed. It had to be that episode. It had to be, because I was thinking back and I was like, this was when I had my wrestling history podcast. So it would have been a select group of 5 interviews. So I'm going to go through it. I'm going to tear ass through it as quick as I can and see if I can find that. Because I swear he talked about some shit like that. And I remember thinking the name of the high school was funny, but I thought it was in Michigan. So I could be wrong and talking about someone else, but I will find it. Also, 2 jurors were giggling and they separated them. Wait, what? Is that what happened? But don't sneeze. Wow. Giggling little ditzes, huh? What were they giggling at? Do we know? And also, where did this report come from? Because I can actually see 100% some giggling ditzes on the jury being like, oh my God, look at what is that bitch wearing? Sheik was white with rage. He was going to kill me, no question about it. He would have killed you. You're very lucky to have gotten away. Good morning, Tiffany, and good morning, Bella's mom. Anytime someone starts a sentence with, I swear I'm not rabid, they are 100 rabid. I'm probably rabid. I'm 100% probably rabid right now. Solo cups and fake degrees is amusing. Yes. Speaking of solo cups, I'm still working on my updates to the TikToks that I'm trying to make. And yes, tiny solo cups abound. Tiny solo cups abound. I even cut up the clear one to make it look legit. And I have tiny little pieces of it. It's going to be great. Okay. They giggle more than once. It started with Bukaki and hasn't stopped. They moved one of them to another seat as per Sue O'Connell. Oh my God. I mean, they probably giggled and were saying Bukaki. That I bet you $1 million one of those bitches saw some shit. You know, look, when you have younger jurors, you cannot tell me one of them didn't see that Jen called someone Bukaki. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, John DePetro not only took pics of the jury, he has his phone out just like, it's like, how has he not been stopped? It's so uncomfortable. They found love in a hopeless place. We are going to have to cover that. And hello, Sassy. Hello. Thank you for reminding me today. And thank you to Melissa as well for posting this in the Discord. John DePetro is a fucking jerk. Sorry for no. By all means, have a potty mouth. He's a fucking dipshit. He's a fucking idiot. I can't stand the guy. His eyes naturally cross. He drives me nuts. Warning, Bella's mom, please don't put Julie in timeout today. Poor Julie. My ditzy girl. You need 2 of those cups. I have 2 of them. I have exactly 2 of those little cups. Rhode Island does not claim him. That video is insane. Julie Albert called him Bukaki on the stand, not Jen. It was Julie. You're right. You're right. Julie called him Bukaki. I always hear, every time I hear something funny from the trial, I think of it in Jen's voice. If I was a juror, I would have to immediately identify the other jurors I cannot sit next to for fear of inappropriate giggling. Listen, Turtle, we'll never get old. I troll his live streams. Of course you do. Of course you fucking do. Okay. So, also, did you see people trolling John's live streams yesterday going, oh my God, Turtle Boy? And then he turn around and freak out. And I have to say, that one where Turtle Boy snuck up behind him, I was dying laughing. I was like, okay, God damn it. I'm about to donate to Turtle Boy again because that shit was so fucking funny. Like, not even kidding. That shit was funny. He popped out. Have you guys seen that shit? Turtle Boy is behind a fucking post and he's just peeking out. It is the funniest shit. It is. You've seen it, right? It's so fucking funny. And that guy, John, is so terrified. You can see his butthole puckering in his eyes, through his eyes. It was when he was saying something uber stupid and they giggled. She then did that warning of facial expressions, but they since giggled again at Shannon. Oh my God. So they made Shannon feel sad. That's not their fault. That's Shannon's fault. Should have had a fucking resume. I don't know what to say. Jesus Christ. Dude, I will never, ever, I will never be the one to super chat anyone telling, first of all, I never tell people you should be friends with this person. I would never do that. And I absolutely would never super chat someone to talk shit. I think that's absurd. That's insane, dude. That's fucking crazy. I can't do it. I don't care who they are. I just can't do it. It feels, I would get so pissed if so, like, people have done that to me and I'll just try to skip them, but it's hard to read ahead. Also, I don't know if you guys noticed the new chat feature. We did this last night. It's in the bottom corner and you can see all the shit that you guys are saying. So just be aware it is in beta and we are testing it for StreamYard and we're going to see how it goes. It says highlight your chat more. And I'm like, shit, I don't have to click on it. It just all pops up. That rules. It's like OBS. So I love it. All right. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to watch a remainder of the live trial that is happening right now, okay? Until they break for lunch. And then I'm going to tell you some news that's been going on, specifically about the world record holder for knife throwing at a human, who also happens to be the largest serial killer memorabilia collector in the world, has entered the LISK zeitgeist. We're going to talk about that. I'm also going to show you Hannah Kobayashi, her statement. She finally came out and spoke on a video. And to say she looks lucid would be polite. Something's going on. But she spoke out, and I don't know if what she said is going to be enough for you guys. It has infuriated quite a few people. Other people are like, give her grace, give her grace. And I'm like, okay, whatever. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. And we are going to definitely watch some more of the Scare retrial. And I do have to tell you guys straight up that the guy that went up the brain surgeon doctor, first thing I did was let's look up his record because they've already fucked up on Shannon, right? And we heard Ed talk about evidence whores, and this guy looked extra creepy. He just felt, I don't know, like something was up. And again, this isn't my gut. I was just like, that's a creepy fucking dude in general. He felt like an evil witch doctor, but part of me is like, that's not nice. Like, don't be like that. Not everybody's a scumbag here. So let's look him up and let's see what we can find. First thing I found was a malpractice suit for paralyzing a guy. So, what the fuck? Like, it just threw me for a loop. And then to hear him say, I've got 4 fucking brain surgeries today. I got a little tripped out. I was like, oh, fuck. That's kind of crazy. Here's another thing that was indefinitely the Bela Lugosi thing for sure. Here's another thing though. It was the one that I found first was from his first year as a brain surgeon. He was assisting another guy. So then I start looking, and there were quite a few more cases that had to do with all sorts of stuff that just made me go, wow, that was weird. Like I don't know if he is really good at what he does or really bad, but he does seem to be in a lot of lawsuits. I think a lot of it has to do with Dr. Chow and with the nursing care that people received afterwards, but it's still interesting. Holy crap, I'm tripping this morning. Dr. Wolf from the morning was my doctor when I was flown to shock trauma. What do you think of him? Was he a good dude or is he a weirdo? I feel like everybody who is put on a stand to talk in a criminal case comes off as a weirdo. They just do. And I don't know if it's their fault or not necessarily, but sometimes most of the time they come off as weirdos when they're talking about whatever their field is and they get overly excited. And yeah, when he was talking about you can stick your finger through the brain, I was like, oh, fuck. Essential tremor and was in a car accident and they called him in. He creeped you out. Okay. Did he do a good job? Are you all right? Florida is so litigious too, though. Yeah, true. It's wild though because not all of them were in Florida though. One was in like Wisconsin. Like he's got quite a few. One was in Maryland. He's got quite a few court cases. Not that he like necessarily, not just that he testified in, but that he was a plaintiff in. So it's very interesting. Or I guess they were the what do you call it? They were being sued. Him and his practice were being sued. So yeah, it tripped me out. I do have some of those records, but I'm not gonna like put that dude on blast. I want to read them all first, but it was very fascinating to see the one in particular of the guy who got paralyzed because homeboy and Dr. Wolf was like, make sure you do your neck exercises, and then he did, and then he went paralyzed, and it's like, yikes, dude. And then it tells you that he was a first year resident. So wow. Yeah, in Florida. Oh, okay. Well, he had some in Florida for that, and he had some in I think it was Port St. Lucie, and then he had some in Maryland, and I want to say Wisconsin, maybe was the other one. But yeah, he's worked all over the country for sure. But the results seem a bit mixed. So anyway, here's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to show you guys what happened this morning. For those of you who didn't see it, we're going to see Bev say whatever it is she said, or I guess let's just see what she said when she got back from the break. And we've already seen this doctor, so why don't we put this lady on, whoever this is, and we'll put him at 1.25 so we can catch up. And I am very interested to see. I think I saw a little bit of what Alessi said. Turn off the trial, and I'm here now over Lally. Oh, is Lally there? Fucking yikes. Okay, well, here's what we're going to do. We're just going to watch. Let's watch a little bit of this lady and see what's up with her. And then we should be getting to lunch in 12 minutes. So we should be caught up by then. And then I will give you guys the scoop on the rest of the stuff we talked about. Okay. So let me put this on and I'm going to set it for 1.25. We're going to see what happens. Okay. Okay. It's going to be fine. And then I'll give you guys the gabagool. All right. Let's put this on. And there we go.
All right, may we have Ms. Hanley, please?
And I'll remind you, you're still under oath. Keep your voice. Thank you.
All right, Mr. Lally, whenever you're ready.
Thank you, Your Honor. And ma'am, if you could just please introduce yourself to the jury again, spelling your last name for the record.
Sure. I'm Christina Hanley. Hanley is spelled Hanley.
And Ms. Hanley,
given the break, if I could just ask you a few questions, just to reorient as far as the items that we were speaking about yesterday in your testimony. First, starting with the items of glass that you analyzed in this case. The first of those items was an item 3-2. Is that correct?
That's correct.
And if you could, please describe for the jury, or please provide the jury with the description for that item that you received.
Sure. So item 3-2 was a clear glass cup with broken irregular edges, and there was some dirt debris material that was noted on the exterior and interior surfaces.
Your Honor, may I approach?
Yes. Did you show counsel? All right.
I did, Mr. Jackson. Yes, thank you. Showing you a photograph, Ms. Hanley, do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize that?
So this is a photograph that I took. It's item 3-2, but it's also, I would have to double check on my notes, but I believe it has item 7-12, one of the pieces that I'm holding that's showing a physical match between those two items.
Your Honor, call about the seek to introduce in the minutes of the next exhibit.
Okay.
Exhibit 195.
And Your Honor, may I publish?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9490. Ms. Hanley, what's up on the screen? Is that the photograph that I just presented to you?
Yes, it is.
And if you could, please describe for the jury what we're looking at here.
So that is a photograph that I took upon examination. It is the clear glass cup item 3-2. And I'm holding another piece, which again, I believe it's one of the pieces from item 7-12. I would need to confirm in my file, but I'm showing that one of the pieces physically fits with item 3-2.
Thank you, ma'am. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. May I approach again, Your Honor?
Yes.
Showing you two other photographs. If you could take those, look up when you're finished. Did you recognize those?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize those as?
So these are photographs that I took of item 7-12.
Your Honor, call seek to introduce in the minutes the next exhibit A and B.
Is there any objection?
No objection.
Thank you.
Exhibits 196A and 196B.
And Ms. Hanley, if you could, just remind the jury as far as the physical description that you received in regard to item 7-12.
Sure. So item 7-12 consisted of some clear plastic pieces as well as 9 pieces of glass with broken irregular edges.
And may I publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have first photograph 9476. And if you can enlarge that just a bit, Ms. Gilman. And Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at in this photograph?
So this is the photo that I took of item 7-12 as I received it. So there's the several pieces of clear glass with broken irregular edges.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9477. If you can enlarge that just a bit. And again, Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at in this photograph?
Those are the same pieces of glass as in the previous photo, just a little bit more up close of the clear glass that was recovered and is item 7-12.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. Now, Ms. Hanley, as far as a comparative analysis between items in 3-2, the glass cup, and 7-12 regarding the glass pieces, what, if any, conclusions did you make in reference to your comparison between those two items?
Sure. So upon comparing those items, I did note that 6 of the 9 pieces of clear apparent glass had a physical match to item 3-2, the clear glass cup.
And if you could just remind the jury as far as the physical match, what does that mean?
So a physical match is basically if an item breaks and those items have broken irregular edges, if those pieces come back together like a jigsaw fit, then it's a physical match and they were at one time together as one larger unit.
Now, as far as each of those items within 7-12 had a letter associated with them, correct?
Yes.
And do you recall which of the 6 were a physical match for item 3-2, the glass?
I would just need to refer to my notes for the exact letters.
Sure, you can take your report out.
The 6 pieces of glass from item 712 that physically fit to item 3-2 were A, B, C, D, F, and K.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
Well, let me ask you this first. I'm sorry. So, Ms. Hanley, during the course of this physical match analysis that you're conducting, are you memorializing that process with photographs as well?
Yes, I am.
May I approach, Your Honor?
Yes.
And I'm presenting you with 4 photographs. If you could review those and look up on the bench. And do you recognize those, ma'am?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize those?
Those are photographs that I took upon my examination of items 712 and item 3-2.
There are a couple of introducing them as the next exhibits, A to D.
Thank you.
Exhibits 197A through D.
May I publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9502, please. And Ms. Hanley, what's up on the screen? Can you please describe for the jury what we're looking at in this photograph?
So this is one of the photos that I took of one of the breaks that physically fit together between item 3-2 and item 7-12.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9514. And again, Ms. Hanley, can you please describe for the jury what we're looking at in this photograph?
Sure. So this is a photo that I took when I was doing my comparison of item 3-2 and several pieces from item 7-12.
Now, as far as the individual pieces had sort of little white stickers or labels affixed to them, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that something that you did, or is that something that when the items were provided to you was already done?
So item 7-12, I received those pieces with the labels already on them.
And again, those items, especially 7-12, had been with mixed Lear in your unit prior to coming to your table or your station, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9518. Again, Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at here?
So this is another photograph that I took of the physical match. It's just another.
Okay. Excuse me. So I had an issue with this whole glass situation when I first saw it during the first trial because, and I don't know if you guys recall, but here, let me pop myself up. There we go. But when Baby James and JFK went to the waterfall, right, and got their egg rolls, do you remember what happened? Do you? JFK bit into an egg roll and a bunch of hot grease shot up in his face. And it got on his cool ass jumpsuit. And what did I put in the chat? I put some shit like, get a club soda that's going to take it out, right? And what did they do? They ordered a club soda. And immediately I noticed something. Interesting glass that they brought the club soda in. Because when you work at a bar, pretty much every bar I've ever worked at, every restaurant I ever worked at, even though it was about over 10 years ago, I do remember the protocol for all of them. You have very specific glasses for drinks with alcohol and drinks without alcohol in them, right? And it was very interesting to me that, you know, there was the question of what was Karen drinking? And she had club soda, and you see her holding a tall club soda glass, right? And I took a look at this glass that they're showing you right here, and I said, well, that's interesting because that's not a tall glass. That's a short glass. That's an alcohol glass. So when Baby James and JFK ordered their club soda, it came in a tall glass, and I said, that doesn't look like a club soda glass, which is what Karen would have been drinking, right? It's very interesting because that tells us it was an alcohol glass, a liquor glass, but she was not holding that glass when she left the bar. You know who was, though? John, right? So it's kind of interesting that protocol for the bar, always follow proto, by the way, always. is to serve club soda in these tall, thin, cylindrical glasses specifically. Why? Because they don't contain alcohol. This is also an identifier for the bartenders so that they know, don't take that outside of the bar if you're not allowed to. So when I saw this broken glass, I said, well, that's either an alcohol glass from the bar or it's something from in the house. But when you look at the bar and you look at the glasses that they have, this one doesn't seem to match any of the glasses that they had at the time. In fact, the base is way too big, in my opinion. And I compared a lot of them. So I just think it's interesting. And I just want to point out that, I don't know about you guys, but based on what they offered at the time, you can see all the glasses on Yelp. I didn't see one with this base. It makes me wonder if this is a glass from inside the house. Now, before everything went privatized, you could see a bunch of glasses in the house that the family had pictures of on Facebook, but now it's all privatized. And you definitely see glassware in the background, some of it which kind of matches this. Just a thought.
7-12.
Now, as far as the individual pieces had sort of little white stickers or labels affixed to them, is that correct?
Yes.
Is that something that you did, or that's something that when the items were provided to you was already done?
So item 7-12, I received those pieces with the labels already on them.
And again, those items, especially 7-12, had been with Ms. Valier in your unit prior to coming to your table or your station, correct?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9518. Again, Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at here?
So this is another photograph that I took of the physical match. It's just another view of.
Fuck me, I'm muted. So the reason, I know you don't give a fuck about the glass tiff. I don't give a fuck about it either, but it is very important to consider because one of the first 3 theories the Commonwealth had, because remember, they changed them. One of them was that the cup is what caused all those cuts on John's arm. And I thought that was interesting because they couldn't figure out, was it Karen wielding the glass or did it fly out of John's arm and then do some matrixy shit? And then it became the tail light. So I just think it's kind of fascinating. Now, what it does tell me is if it is a glass from inside the house, that's important because that proves that he went inside the house. So I'm very interested in this glass and that I want to see if it matches any glasses in the house. Unfortunately, they had plenty of time to get rid of those when they fucking moved because no one went in the fucking house. And that's a problem. That's a big problem for me.
The items together of item 3-2 and several pieces from item 7-12.
And lastly, for this batch, Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9520. And again, Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at here?
So this is another picture that I took of the items just slightly rotated of item 3-2 with a physical fit to several items or several pieces from item 7-12.
Ms. Hanley, is there a laser pointer on the desk in front of you?
Yes.
If you could, preferably using this screen just so it's visible for the jury, could you delineate where you see in this photograph item 3-2 and where you see the items associated with item 7-12?
So this right here is item 3-2, and these pieces up here are several pieces from 7-12.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. Now, the other 2 items that you analyzed or examined in this part of your physical match analysis were items 3-3 and 7-14, correct?
That's correct.
And turning your attention specifically to item 3-3, if you could just remind the jury as far as the physical description of that item that was provided to you.
Sure. So item 3-3 was 5 pieces of clear glass with broken irregular edges that were recovered from the bumper of the vehicle.
May I approach again, Your Honor?
Yes.
Single photograph. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize that?
That is a photo that I took of item 3-3.
Your Honor, Commonwealth seeking to introduce the next exhibit.
No objection, Mr. Jackson?
Project, Your Honor.
Exhibit 198.
And May I publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9446, please. And Ms. Hanley, in addition to the 5 pieces of glass associated with item 3-3, what else is depicted in the photograph?
This is a photo of the 5 total pieces that are from item 3-3.
And in addition to that, is there a ruler depicted in this photograph as well?
Yes, there is.
And what is the purpose of that ruler in the photograph?
It's there just as a scale.
Thank you, Ms. Gilman. You can take that one down. And Ms. Hanley, the last of those items 7-14, if you could just remind the jury as far as what was the physical description that was provided to you in reference to item 7-14.
Sure. So item 7-14 was a clear piece of glass with broken irregular edges that was recovered from the road.
May I approach again, Your Honor?
Yes.
And Ms. Hanley, just showing you a single photograph. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
What do you recognize?
This is a photo that I took of item 7-14.
I'll almost introduce the next exhibit.
All right.
Is it 199?
May I publish, Your Honor?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9471, please.
So
Again.
the two screens don't match. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ms. Hanley, again, if you could just describe for the jury what is depicted in the photograph up on the screen.
This is the photo that I took of item 7-14.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. So, Ms. Hanley, in addition to the physical match analysis that you did between item 3-2, the cup, and 6 of the pieces that you found to be a physical match from item 7-12, did you also compare pieces from item 3-2, 7-12, and 7-14?
Yes, I did.
And what did you conclude in your physical match analysis of those items together?
So upon examining and comparing item 3-2, 7-12, and 7-14, I had concluded that 6 of the 9 pieces of glass from 7-12 physically fit with item 3-2, and the remaining 3 of the 9 from 7-12 did not have a physical fit to item 3-2. I also compared item 3-2 and 7-12 to 7-14, but there was no physical match to item 7-14.
Now, in addition to that, did you also do a physical match analysis between item 3-2, the drinking glass, 7-12, pieces found from the roadway, and certain pieces from 3-3 from the bumper of the vehicle?
Yes, I did.
And what did you conclude based on that physical match analysis between those items?
So upon examining and comparing those items, so there were 5 total pieces of glass from item 3-3. I used 2 of those pieces for physical match comparison to the items recovered from the road. Upon my examination, I did not, there was no physical match between those 2 pieces from item 3-3 to any of the pieces recovered from the road. So that included items 3-2, 7-12, and 7-14.
Now, as far as the 2 pieces that you had selected from item 3-3, do you recall which of those 2 lettered pieces you chose for your comparative analysis?
Yes.
And which were they?
They were pieces A and B.
And if I could ask why pieces A and B versus other pieces?
So A and B were used for physical match. The remaining 3 of the 5 were not used for physical match comparison due to their size and condition.
Now, those same 2 pieces from item 3-3, pieces A and B, did you then do a physical match analysis between that and 7-14?
I did.
And what did you conclude from that analysis?
I concluded that there was no physical match between the 2 pieces from item 3-3 to item 7-14.
Now, did you also do a physical match analysis between piece E from item 3-3 from the bumper?
I did not. Not a physical match examination.
Did you do any comparative analysis between a piece of glass E from 3-3 from the bumper and item 7-14?
Yes, I did.
And what did you conclude from that analysis?
So I selected piece E for further examination. I did microscopic examination as well as instrumental analysis, and I did the same microscopic and instrumental analysis to 7-14, and I compared the data, and I came to the conclusion that the piece that I sampled from item 3-3, piece E, was found to be consistent in physical and instrumental properties to the sample that I I took from item 7-14.
If you could, Ms. Hanley, could you please explain to the jury when you say instrumental analysis, what is that? What does that consist of?
So the instrumental analysis that I conducted was on the GRIM instrument, which measures the refractive index of the samples. So after I had ran my samples for both item 3-3 and 7-14, I compared the data to determine whether they were consistent or not consistent.
And so when you say that something is consistent in instrumental properties, what does that mean?
So in this instance, they had consistent refractive indices.
In addition to that comparative analysis for the glass items, what other additional examinations did you perform in this case?
Sorry, could you say that again?
In addition to items 3-2, 3-3, 7-12, and 7-14, what other items did you look at in this case?
So I also examined item 3-1 and item 7-18.18.
And what was the description provided to you in reference to item 3-1?
3-1 was a taillight, and there were also some other plastic pieces as well.
And taillight from the same vehicle as the glass from the bumper, correct?
Yes.
May I approach, Ron?
Yes.
You have another single photograph. Do you recognize that?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize that?
This is the photo that I took of item 3-1.
You want to come up, see if you introduce them.
No objection. Thank you.
200.
May I publish, Ron?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9394. And Ms. Hanley, do you recognize what's up on the screen as Exhibit 200?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize it to be?
This is the photo that I took of item 3-1.
And what's contained in here, is that a fair and accurate portrayal of what the item 3-1, the taillight housing, looked like when you received it?
Yes.
Now, as far as, and we'll get to this more a bit in a moment, but as far as any sort of comparative analysis that you did with any other item, what part of this taillight housing were you comparing to that other item?
So there were clear and red plastic portions of the taillight that appeared to be broken. So I sampled portions of the clear plastic as well as the red plastic on the taillight.
And just for clarity purposes, if you could with the pointer, as far as which of these pieces up on the screen were you sampling the clear and or the red plastic from?
So the red plastic that I sampled was from this area. It's a little hard to tell from here. I think I'd have to refer to my photo in my notes, but I think there were a couple of different areas that had clear broken plastic. I think this might have been one of the areas that was broken that I sampled.
And just for my purposes, really what I'm asking, Ms. Hanley, is the clear plastic that you used from item 3-1 was from the housing unit itself, the large piece, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. Now, the other item that you were comparing this to was item 7-18.18. Is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
And what was provided to you as the description of that item, 7-18.18?
7-18.18 was debris that was collected from 2 pieces of clothing from the victim.
And specifically, that would be 7-17, an orange t-shirt. Is that correct?
I believe that is correct, yeah.
Okay, as well as 7-18, a gray long sleeve shirt. Is that correct?
Yes.
And when you say that item 7-18.18 contained debris, what did that debris consist of?
So the debris consisted of one clear piece of plastic, as well as several pieces of red plastic, among some other trace material.
Now, were there measurements taken of those items within the debris, specifically the clear plastic and the red plastic?
Yes.
And what were those measured to be?
I would just need to refer to my report for that.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so the clear piece of plastic in 7-18.18, it measured approximately 1/8 of an inch by 1/16 of an inch. And then I measured the largest and the smallest of the red plastic pieces. And the largest piece of red plastic measured approximately 1/16 of an inch by less than 1/16 of an inch. And the smallest piece among those measured approximately less than 1/16 of an inch by less than 1/16 of an inch.
And so those particular pieces that you measured, about how small are we talking about?
So The largest, for the red plastic, the largest piece measured just for visual purposes, it's roughly like the size of a grain of rice. The rest of the pieces were smaller than that.
And who within the lab provided that debris in that taillight housing to your unit, to the trace unit?
So the debris from the clothing was transferred to my unit by Maureen Hartnett, and the taillight was submitted to the lab by Trooper Christopher Moore.
May I approach, Ron?
Yes.
Showing you a series of 5 photographs. You could review those and look up when you finish. Generally speaking, Ms. Hammond, do you recognize what's depicted in those photographs?
Yes, I do.
And what do you recognize those?
Those are the photographs that I took of 7-18.18.
Come up, see, introduce and admit this next exhibit, A through E.
It's 201 A through E.
Your Honor, may I publish?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have photograph 9352. And Ms. Hanley, what is depicted in this photograph on the screen?
So this is one of the photos that I took of 7-18.18. This is how I received the clear piece of plastic.
And is that a tin that it's encased in at the time that you receive it?
Yes.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9355. And what is this, Ms. Hanley?
So this is a photo of the clear piece of plastic that was within that tin.
And Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9364. And Ms. Gilman, if you could enlarge this just a bit. Maybe just a little more, please. Thank you. And Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at in this photograph?
This is the photo that I took of the debris that was collected from the clothing items.
Ms. Gilman, if I could have 9366. And again, Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at here?
This is a photo that I took under a microscope of the red plastic pieces that I noted within the debris.
And lastly, Ms. Gilman, if we could have photograph 9369. And Ms. Hanley, what are we looking at here?
This is a picture that I took of the red plastic pieces that I removed from the debris.
Thank you. Ms. Gilman, you can take that down. Now, Ms. Hanley, in reference to your comparative analysis from item 3-1, the taillight housing plastic, to the clear and red plastic pieces of debris from debris from item 7-18.18, the clothing of Mr. O'Keefe, what types of instruments did you utilize in this comparative analysis?
Sure. So after completing my examination, I utilized a comparison microscope as well as a polarized microscope, a FTIR, which is a Fourier transform infrared spectrometer. And I also used a microspectrophotometer, also known as a microspec.
And what is a microspec?
So a microspec is an analytical tool that we can use to examine samples that have color. So it provides information on the sample's dyes and pigments.
And how is that utilized in your comparative analysis?
So I ran samples from both items that I was comparing, and I compared the data from those two items as a part of my comparative analysis.
And when you run that sort of data, can you describe for the jury sort of what that data looks like? Like what are you physically seeing when you're examining the data from a microspec?
So what we refer to it as a spectrum or just a graph. And when we do the comparison, we can overlay those spectra or graph to determine if they are consistent or not consistent.
I know you spoke a little bit about it in your testimony yesterday, but if you could remind the jury as far as an FTIR, what is that and how is that used in your analysis?
So an FTIR is another analytical tool that we can use. A sample is exposed to infrared light and it reacts in a certain way with that light. And what's produced is a spectrum of peaks and valleys that are representative and unique to your sample. And so that instrument was used to run samples from both items, and then the data was compared from both items. Now,
from your comparison of starting with the clear plastic from the debris from Mr. O'Keefe's clothing. From your comparative analysis of that clear plastic to the clear plastic from item 3-1, the taillight, what did you conclude?
So the clear plastic from the debris was found to be consistent in color and instrumental properties to the clear plastic from the taillight. So accordingly, the clear plastic from the debris could have originated from the clear plastic from the taillight or from another source with the same characteristics.
And with reference to the red plastic from item 7-18.18 from Mr. O'Keefe's clothing, in your comparison of that red plastic with the red plastic from the passenger side taillight of the defendant's vehicle, item 3-1, what did you conclude from that analysis?
So the red plastic that I sampled from from the debris from the clothing from 7-18.18 was found to be consistent in color, microscopic appearance, and instrumental properties with the portions that I sampled from the red plastic from the taillight. So accordingly, the red plastic from item 7-18.18 could have originated from the red plastic that I sampled from the taillight or from another source with the same characteristics.
I'm sorry, Your Honor, if I could just hold on 1 minute while the sirens pass. May I approach again, Your Honor?
Yes. Actually, is this a good time to take a break, Mr. Lally? You need to break?
Finally, up to the court, I probably have another 3-4 minutes left.
I'm going to see counsel for 2 minutes. While this is...
I love how Bev is like, yo, real quick, I just need to get 2 minutes of yelling at you guys in. Also, in case you guys didn't know, I am not a racist. I'm putting that on the record. I don't see color. I don't know what she's talking about when it comes to this colored glass versus not. Feels wrong. And now it's a lunch break. For an hour? How long are we doing?
All rise to the court, please.
All right. All right. Okay. So, no, grounded. And yes, Andrea, there is room for you to run around and lots of food, all that stuff. It's a big house. It's a yard where you can play football. Do you understand? I will audio adrenaline all of you. Nobody touch feet. No touching of the feet. Megan is kidding. Katy Perry skin tone vibes. Maybe she's an astronaut. Yes, we're all woke. Right? No, I don't see color. Although that is red. That is red. So I do see that, but not other color. So how dare you? Nice try. The financier. Yes, it is a guaranteed grounding today. Everybody is grounded. We all start off grounded. The question is whether you get ungrounded. Okay? Please go walk Bucky. Don't fucky around with Bucky. He needs his wokies. Okay? Nobody tell Satan what I've been saying. Nobody tell him that I've been bullying him behind his back relentlessly, calling him a red-faced R-word. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Okay? Okay? Geminis are liars. This is true. I read this in a book. Happy grounding season, everyone. You're all ground beef. Okay? You're my beef and you're all grounded. Understand? People need to be shocked about survival. LA, you should write all these things in a book for people to read on the toilet because they are profound. And I need to soak it in. Okay? That is true. It is true. We should. What was it, Louis C.K. who said, every time we're in the air, we should be screaming, oh my God, I'm flying through the air like a bird. Because it's amazing. But instead we complain that our phones don't go to space fast enough. It's one of my favorite things. Okay. So I guess we're on lunch. So we're going to start talking about the other cool stuff that this episode was intended to be about. Yes, you're all grounded. Everybody is grounded today. Hello. I am so excited. I am looking right now on the ground at the new AC. It's pretty cool. It's black, even though I can't see color. I don't know if that means it absorbs sunlight or not, but it's there and it's black. And I just look at it this way. We're not going to see the dirt on it anymore, so that'll be nice. So here's what I want to talk to you guys about. Do you guys remember Hannah Kobayashi? Actually, before we get into that, because we do have like a whole 30 minutes because she chopped lunch in half today. What a bitch. How about we do a little Marcus and then we'll go into the heavy stuff, the news. Because there's a couple Marcus shorts that are real cute. And I want to show you guys some of them. So we'll watch some of those. They're short. And then we're not gonna tell Satan all the mean things I've said. It is an AC of color. You are grounded. You are grounded. You are grounded. You are grounded. Everybody's grounded. Everyone is grounded. You're grounded. Racist refrigerants. Absolutely. I go to Walmart. Toilet reading is the best. It's my favorite. If you can read while you're pooping, it is good. Are you in the state of Georgia? Stop doxing, Satan. My room is my favorite place, so I'm good with that. Excellent. Good, because you're grounded and you are bisexually racist, Sherlock, which means that you're racist in two ways. How dare you? Captain Kirk figured out a way around the Hannah Kobayashi. True. And I'd like to ground the assaulter in chat. Grounded. I'm grounded. Now we're all grounded. Are you happy now, Megan? You've bullied us all into being grounded. Can confirm reading while pooping is good. Because the way I look at it is you're putting knowledge in your brain, so you may as well let some knowledge out of your butt. Evens it out, right? Evens the score. Fair enough. We are all born grounded. But there was a man who did a thing and it gave us all a chance to be ungrounded, but isn't having the exact example of being grounded for eternity. Listen to me, young lady. Grounded for being more into Jesus than dad. That's upsetting. You did make a great point, but at the same time, all those times that you don't see footprints in the sand, those are the times you were grounded, and Hugin had to carry you because you're not allowed to walk when you're grounded. Just remember that. Full disclosure, I'm a Gemini, so you are a liar. Moving on. Race curious. Ooh, I like this. T-shirt. Sherlock. You're making Satan laugh. Grounded. Perfect. Thanks. Double grounded. Don't bully me. Saying I will be crossing state lines tomorrow. I love it when you threaten someone. I love it when you threaten someone. And the only thing I love more than that is when you follow through on the threat. Always be closing. Okay? Always be closing. You finish what you promise. Okay? If you threaten to go give Satan a piece of your mind, I need you to start crossing state lines right now. Okay? You start whatever your plan is, follow through. Okay? I'll be proud of you if you do that. If not, grounded. All right? Everybody's laughing. You're enjoying this. Jesus takes our feet like Marcus when we're grounded. He does. He puts your stinky feet in a pile and you get them back when you stop acting like little dickheads. Okay? I guess you can be grounded and see clients, but you have to give dad some of your money. And I know what you're going to say. That sounds like pimping. Well, it ain't easy being a dad either. Okay? Andrea's coming to play for Gemini season. Grounded. Toilet reading is the best it is. Thank you for agreeing with me. Ungrounded, Bella's mom. Gemini's distilled to one word liar. I would love to hear your other one word they're all liars. Everyone's a liar. Do you understand? And grounded. Don't threat if you can't follow through. Thank you. Ungrounded. Committed and ask for forgiveness. Forgiven. Ungrounded because you're having a bad day. Everyone else, you're fucking double grounded. Yes, I'm streaming in the daylight. Thank you so much, Wendy. Ungrounded. You got here after the grounding. Double ungrounded. So now you get 2 free groundings. Fantastic for you. We're ungrounded by grace, not works. Excuse me, the financier? Financier, ma'am, triple grounded. And I want to see those plane logs because now I'm starting to wonder where you were. Where were you January 6th, Melissa? Fuck. You guys are pissing me off. I'm about to hit myself. Dad, we are going to dox each other and play on the sidewalk. Ungrounded for staying out of the house and giving me time alone. Appreciate it. Don't tell Satan what to do. Grounded. Driving, grounded. Wendy, thank you for saying shit. Ungrounded again. 3 ungroundings. Fantastic. Triple ungrounded because I like where your head is at. And I want you to follow through. And you're getting the OSINT. And this is important. Your birthday? Did you storm the Capitol? It was your birthday, so ungrounded, but don't do it again. Aries are aggressive liars. Oh my God. Accusations. Leo's here, and I've been grounded all my life. Ungrounded because I am a Leo too. And what does that mean? I need to do the vortex or other event. Last time I was there, I saw someone get stabbed. Of course I'm coming back. It gave me nostalgia. Taurus, grounded liars. Excellent. Yes, I am here. And thank you very much. Equal parts sympathy and outrage. You are ungrounded for kissing my ass. I like that. I like that a lot. And I love you. You're my favorite child. Don't tell the others. Stop telling people what your signs are, Wendy. Ungrounded, again, because you're pushing a boundary. And I like it. Narcissistic liars. Fuck. Grounded, because how dare you? I am not a narcissist. I am a great, humble person who is the Pope, and I am God. And it doesn't matter how you guys feel. It only matters how I feel. How dare you call me a narcissist? Is that what narcissism is? I think it is. Don't you worry about, stop doxing me. No, I will never do funnies again because I've grounded myself. I'm so fucking humble. I'm so fucking humble and great and perfect. How dare you? How dare you? Heavy breathing. LISK is grounded. The snake that killed Flower is grounded. John Ray is grounded. Oh my God. Cash LISK gets taken over and he's grounded. Everyone, what are you kids gonna fucking do about it? Nothing. Okay? Nothing. Because Flower's fucking dead and there's nothing we can do about it. What if I had a meltdown right now over a fucking meerkat like fucking LISK did on his couch? Just fucking with you. Every time I cry from now on, I'm gonna say, I am Raul and I'm watching Meerkat Manor. Leave me alone. He popped in and he got us. He popped in and he psyched us out. Do you see what he fucking did? Do you see? He popped in like a fucking meerkat, like Kendrick. He went peekaboo and then he talked some shit. Look at him laughing. Look at him laughing. Fucking justice for Flower. Okay, we're gonna watch little Marcus and then we're gonna talk and you leave Flower out of this dad. Look, I fucking see. I told you, they fucking ride or die for Flower. They cannot handle it. They cannot handle. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry. All I'm gonna say is Flower had it coming. Oh my God. Oh my.
Define horror. Huh.
My name's Kate. Kate, now. I need you to give him a string of commands to see if he'll follow it, you know?
Did you just leash that guy?
No.
Hey, you're leashing other guys? What the hell?
No.
You did. You leashed that guy. Usually, you can't be leashing other guys. You just did. I saw you do it. What the fuck is going on? Please explain to me what's happening right now.
Wait. God's will.
What the fuck? Me next. Did you just kill that guy?
I'm ready to be trained, Master.
Oh my God. Holy shit. Marcus, are you stuck?
My organs.
If I'm being honest, the song is way too distracting. Let me change it up real quick.
Marcus, I think there's a cult meeting going on. March, I told you to stop being racist. If you need a ride, I mean, we got him.
Jimbo James, he's out.
Fredrickson, I want you to watch and learn so that you can learn the business.
We are the new replacement chefs.
Okay.
I'm head chef. My name is... Or you can call me Douglas for short. And then these are my helpers.
Okay, cool. I'm excited to see what you guys can do. We have a lot of customers, so you guys should get to work and start cooking.
Okay, nice pleasure.
I'm gonna check up on you guys. Yeah, sorry. I'm training my my cousin today.
Does he have a learning disability? Did he talk to me? I couldn't hear. My distance was too low.
No, you didn't say anything. Fredrickson, just have a seat. Fredrickson, have a seat.
Oh, is that him in the corner?
Oh no, Black Axios.
I just wanted to introduce you to my nephew here. Huh?
I'm Wiki.
He's him. can finally pay for it. It's Chris With the job you gave us, I can pay for his rotation surgery, Mr. Rob.
So what do you want me to do with Wiki exactly? Is this like a make-a-wish thing? Like, what's the deal?
Pretty much. All right, Ricky, you can look around here. We're gonna go back.
You're leaving Ricky here? Right? All right, Ricky, why don't you go play in the kitchen or something?
You
guys cooked?
We gotta make sure it's dead.
You want me to go in there? Okay. Bro, I have a bad feeling about this, dude. I don't like going... Marcus, what the hell are you doing in this haunted-ass place?
Robert, I'm here looking for the nearest Walgreens.
I'm going to be honest, I don't think they have a Walgreens
I have a
here.
25% off coupon per canned soup.
Marcus, I don't think they have a Walgreens in the Resident Evil 4 village.
Canned soup.
I know what soup is. Marcus, I'm going to be honest, I don't think they have it here.
They have chicken noodle soup.
No, I understand what soup is, but look at this place,
Do you
man.
like chicken noodle soup?
I love chicken noodle soup.
She's cute, right?
Wow.
I like Marcus.
Oh, he's a really nice guy. Marcus, thanks. You're really helping
me like that.
Okay, Marcus, look, I'm on a date. I'm sorry, I don't know where a Walgreens is, but like I said, I am on a date right now, Marcus, and I think it's going pretty well.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Marcus up and away.
Where's he going? Holy crap, that was sick.
How does he do that?
Oh, are you good?
Robert.
Yeah.
It hurts.
Do you need me to call you an ambulance?
No.
Just gonna crawl away. Okay, just be careful out there. He does this sometimes. I'm sorry. I think he's stuck in the air. Let me see if I can pull him down. Marcus, are you stuck?
My organs.
Yeah. Okay. Mr. Chang, how can we help you, buddy?
Mr. Chang now has Uber service as well as the Wix service. Yes, Mr. Chang, very good driver, very professional driver. Mr. Chang, so good.
I'm planning on driving over to the gas station. You want to give me a ride there? Show me your driving?
Well, Mr. Chang would love to. If you would like Mr. Fredrickson to join, Mr. Chang will have to talk to Mr. Chang manager. Or if you would like to speak to my manager, I can go get him.
Yeah, go get your manager.
I'm Mr. Chang manager.
Where's Mr. Chang?
Mr. Chang had to go to the bathroom.
Oh, okay. Are you guys from the same region?
He's from Compton, China. I'm from China.
Oh, that's probably him. All right.
You must be the customers.
Yes, it's us. I need a ride to the gas station, please.
Mr. Chang just practicing for show him what not to do. Yes.
No. Oh, okay. Mr. Chang, I don't mean to alarm you, but I think we're stuck underneath the dock.
So Mr. Chang was told by Mr. Chang manager to park here, and then we get new car at parking lot.
The gas station's right to your right.
No, Mr. Chang know where he going.
So you've been driving a lot of people around, huh?
Oh, Mr. Chang only get into 3 accidents, but Mr. Chang, you are Mr. Chang's 5th customer.
Okay. This is the Lobster Mafia. We're here to meet them.
Watch out, Roger. Slow down, Roger.
Yeah, these are. Oh god, they're crashing into each other. As you can see, we have a fine establishment here. Hard workers working hard as always. Oh, and here's the man.
Instantly, Mr. Roger.
March, I told not being racist. Do you guys just listen to the same song the whole fucking time?
It's a 10-hour loop, Mr. Roger. I'm 2 hours and 20 minutes in.
Oh, never mind. We're 2 hours in.
If you guys want to buy out the whole place,
grounded for donating. How dare you bully me with super chats? How dare you? Hey, thank you, Megan. Guys, if you've bullied Megan, you can call Morgan and Morgan and have them file an apology lawsuit against her, saying that you're sorry for your original lawsuit that we brought upon her without her knowing. Megan, thank you very much for the $10. I will be countersuing you for not bullying me enough now. Okay? Because You made me a better person, but you could make me a way better person if you keep bullying me and you stopped. And I don't appreciate it. I'm going to need you to amp up. I'm going to need you to start coming to my house and really harassing me and breaking my shit. Okay? Because how dare you assault me with money like I'm some kind of cyber strip club, even though I think I am showing you some sort of cyber strip. You know what? Thank you, Megan. I love you. I will be spending this on the Alf Sex hotline in your honor. God bless.
You can, but it's going to be really expensive.
We got lots of lobster dollars.
Wait, I want like USD. You got USD?
Yeah,
You gotta
underwater state dollar.
Okay. Okay, I don't think your money is worth a lot of USD for American. Okay, it's a different type of USD.
If I'm being honest, the song is way too distracting. Let me change it up real quick. What were you saying, Mr. Rob?
Too loud.
If you have any doubts in your mind, Raja here is Indian. He's used to working in places like these.
Cousin, come in, cousin.
This is
Oh my God.
I
Okay.
don't know who this is.
Oh, watch out. Is that Marcus? What's going on, man?
Nice to see you, Robert. I can't find my Doritos spicy sweet chili tortilla chips. I dropped them.
I mean, we could just get you a new bag. We don't have to look around here. This is pretty deep.
Watch this.
Okay. Do you need a ride?
No, you are flipping me right now.
I didn't do that. You did that. What do you mean I'm flipping you? If you need a
We
ride.
got him.
What do you mean we got him?
Jimbo James, he's out.
Jimbo James? Yo! Dude, it's so nice to finally meet Jimbo James.
Yo,
Hey.
do you even lift, bro?
This isn't Jimbo James. This is Jimbo James.
That's Jimbo James.
Yes.
This is the guy that escaped prison.
He only speaks Cantonese.
I don't know what I was expecting, but
He's
that's not
doing his best.
No, he looks like a really nice guy.
He's a convicted felon.
Do you guys need a ride or something?
Nah.
Oh, okay. Did you guys steal a police car?
Who did that?
Well, okay. Where's your guys' vehicle?
Right here.
Ow! What the hell, man? You guys are stealing my.
Noel, are you judging me for wanting South by? How dare you, Noel? Just because I want to have sex with a furry alien that eats cats from the 1980s, created by a man who was riddled with crippling psychosis, doesn't mean that it probably does. I need mental health care, Noel, and that's what that $49.99 will go to. Thank you, Noel, for putting things in perspective. My life is crumbling, you guys. Anyway, watch this nude gator get ran over by a golf cart.
Car?
Thank you, Noel.
You guys forgot Jimbo James. Hey, Shabama Bob, what's going on, dog?
I think something big is going on. You gotta meet me at the boat.
Wait, Shabama Bob, I'm at the docks. I don't see you here. Oh, there you are. I see you. I'm gonna hang up.
Noel, you are so sweet. You wouldn't even spell the whole word. I love that so much about you. I want to knit you a blanket. I will learn to knit for you, Noel. Tulips for Scott, knitting for Noel. Bitch, I love you, Noel.
Up the call because you're literally right in front of me, and that would make it awkward if I just kept talking to you on the phone.
I think my friend had to hang up on me. Cut. Hello?
No, I'm.
Ring.
Yeah, I think he must have hung up on you. Okay, so what are we talking here? Like ghosts? Like some dude in a weird mask? Like, is there even going to be anything weird here? Wait, what the f is going on?
I found the tortilla chips.
Marcus, I think there's a cult meeting going on, and you stole my f***ing car, bro.
That one looks f***ing stupid.
No, Black X-Con, you can't join the cult. How the f*** is he here? Don't you see what's going on? These could be the guys that are going around killing everyone. Yeah, I know. I could see it. Black X-Con joined the f***ing cult.
I saw Marcus do a really cool ship Emma entrance. I gotta do the same thing.
Oh, that was sick, Marcus. That was really sick. Or sorry, Shabama Bob. That was a
Don't
flip.
disrespect me again, Robert.
I'm sorry, Marcus. It was a mistake. My bad, man.
You ruined my mood, my happy little tinkly mood.
I'll be
I'm
nicer
going
next
to
time.
Home Depot to get more tortilla chips.
See ya, Marcus. Hi, Jufa. I need a small favor. Do you know how we could get the boat here? You're pretty good at making very random things happen. Boat activate. What the hell? You know what, guys? I'm just going to check out the island, make sure there's no dead bodies. Surely there's no dead bodies. Dead bodies 4 weeks in a row? That would just be lazy writing, right? No! Lazzie's dead, dude. Holy shit, you just shot him.
Oh!
Wait, you're still alive?
Oh! I was taking a nap!
Oh, he's alive. He's alive.
Oh, thanks.
Why is that a bad thing? Do people want me dead?
No. We're super happy.
Okay, there you go. So, heads up, Jason is looking for that C-section scar type of lady. So, I mean, Jason just moved to the South. They're fucking everywhere. And apparently the Pink Pony, also the Waffle House in Hot Springs, lots of them there. And boy, are they wild. Donna specifically is a wild ass bitch. Oh my god, indeed. We love you, Auntie Ree. I've got one, a C-section scar. There you go, Jason. There you go. And then Onyx, what are you guys doing? Be careful. Don't go to Onyx. Isn't that a gym? Don't you improve your health? Okay, listen. It's time for the news. Okay, so here's what happened. I told you guys we were going to talk about Hana Kobayashi. If you don't remember her, she is a girl who left Hawaii to go to New York and had an interconnecting flight in LA. When she got to LA, she wandered out of the fucking airport, okay, sent a bunch of cryptic texts to her family, stuff like, I trusted someone I shouldn't have trusted, and I gave them all my money, and, don't come and look for me, and, all kinds of fucking weird shit. Stuff about her boyfriend was fishy as shit. Yeah, it was a fever dream for sure. And Noelle, party down south. You guys gonna take Noelle to the titty bar in ATL? Get with Andrea. They're gonna go bottomless mimosa Sundays. They're taking their pants off and they're going on the town, I think. Hook up with Noelle, you guys. Y'all go get fucked up. Tell me about it. She does not eat hot dogs. Although that one guy did win the hot dog contest, right? For a while. Yes. So next point is good point, Wendy. So it turns out she was found crossing the border of Mexico after many days of searching. What is crazy, and yeah, she was living her best life, but the problem was she also was lying because remember, she was seen at the Grove in LA, and then she was seen supposedly on Skid Row, and everybody was freaking out, and they were like, what happened to her? Did she get sex trafficked? She was sending cryptic messages. Then all of a sudden she is crossing the border into Mexico, and we don't hear about it until days after it happened. In fact, it happened the very day of the Grove video. So for a long time, people were looking all over LA, and there were all these rumors. And what really sucked about this is her family came down from Hawaii to look for her and to search for her, including her dad, who there was some sort of odd estrangement or something going on. And what was even more tragic is her dad killed himself while he was in LA searching for his daughter. And it was extremely tragic. And even after that, no one heard from Hana Kobayashi. In fact, she never voluntarily came forward. What happened was they saw her crossing the border and had to fucking find her when she was crossing back through. And that was when it was like, hey, bitch, we've been looking for you. And by the way, your fucking dad is dead. Because he killed himself. Yes. And then she had an aunt who she was supposed to hook up with in NYC, who was sharing a lot of weird shit on TikTok and Twitter and, all of the social media platforms. And her family was sharing different shit on Facebook. And there was infighting going on in all of these groups. There was a huge GoFundMe where like 50K was raised. So in the end, she comes back. Her dad is dead. She claims that she had no idea that anyone was looking for her. And then it turns out there was some sort of marriage scam going on where she was doing a fake marriage for a green card in exchange for money, and they didn't give her the money. So that was, or what's it called? Immigration fraud, right? Or green card fraud. That was kind of a big fucking deal. And then poof, we hear nothing. She says nothing. There were also all these rumors of the family being scammers. It was a crazy story, but there were no updates for a while. Well, Hannah decided to go on her Instagram stories and finally, months later, leave a video of her talking about her experience. A lot of people in the comments were very upset because she did not bring up her dad. And it was a very, in many people's opinion, medicated sounding. I would call it lucid. I don't know, or not. I don't even know what I would call it. It was weird. It was a very flighty response. It was some shit like I need to find my truth and thank you and be kind and thank you for everyone who it was kind of bullshit, honestly. But at the same time, with what she's been through, maybe there was more going on because she did say you guys don't know the full story, but it sounded very like coming soonish, which makes me think, are we going to see some fucking Netflix documentary? What is going on here? So I found one news report on it because the story I cannot find on Instagram anymore. It looks like maybe she took it down. Perez Hilton did play it. If you can handle him, go to his channel and you can also see it there. But I'm going to show you the news story that talks about it. It has been 6 months since this bitch disappeared.
Well, the Maui woman who went
And all of this stuff happened. And she's finally speaking out. So let's see. It's just, I wish she would have said maybe more or something a little more from the heart. But again, I don't know. Maybe I'm being an asshole. So let's go ahead and play this. And this is the Hawaii News report on the issue. Here we go.
Well, the Maui woman who went missing and made national headlines is breaking her silence on her disappearance. Hannah Kobayashi posted a video on social media thanking those who looked for her and responded to backlash. Our Ali Iduklo has been covering this case from the very beginning and now has the latest.
I just want to say thank you. It means the world to me.
Much anticipated words from Hannah Kobayashi about 6 months after her widely publicized, weeks-long disappearance.
I just want to come on here and take the time to say how grateful I am for everyone, every single person who dedicated time and energy into looking for me.
In this video posted on Instagram, the 31-year-old Maui woman seemingly alludes to the death of her father, Ryan Kobayashi, who reportedly died by suicide amid search efforts.
Every day is such a gift, especially after such loss and pain, suffering.
Kobayashi mysteriously vanished after traveling to Los Angeles in November, and her disappearance quickly gained global attention. Family members initially believed that she was taken after receiving unusual text messages from her, with one saying she feared someone was trying to steal her identity and money. Los Angeles police later located Kobayashi in Mexico, seeing her cross the border alone on surveillance. A slew of commenters criticized Kobayashi on this picture she recently posted on Instagram, and one questioned why she did not attend her father's funeral. Kobayashi replied, "You don't know the whole story. My intention in this post is to acknowledge that I am going to speak about my experience and to stand up against all the hate that was cast upon me."
We should all learn to be kind to one another.
We reached out to Kobayashi and her family members for an interview. Her aunt Laree Pigeon, a self-proclaimed spokesperson for Kobayashi's search efforts, declined to comment. Ali Iduklo, Island News.
I think I screamed for help probably for
Sorry about that. This is a news story that I was going to show you guys later that has to do with here in Travis County, but I'm not going to show it to you now because I want to get on to the next thing because I have to install an AC soon and go finish my laundry. Okay. So this one is pretty crazy. Now we're going to talk about Rex Heuermann. All right. And I'm sorry there's not more to the Hannah thing. That is pretty much the whole statement. Like, they played a lot of the video. It was very, like, they actually chopped out the part where she's just silent, and a lot of it is pausing and just very slowly saying everything you just saw. It feels like it was even sped up a little bit. Here's what I want to show you. This is some interesting news. It is LISK adjacent. For those of you who don't remember, Rex Heuermann had in his house a vault. It's basically a basement vault to keep things behind it. It was pretty big. It was described as like a massive door. He kept over 200 guns in it. He kept quite a bit in there that he likely did not want people to find. Specifically, hold on, I had made a little list here. Let me see if I can find it on my sheet. I made a nice little list. Okay, he had the unlicensed and unpermitted guns. This is where he kept his magazine and newspaper clippings of all of the different victims in the LISK case. And there also was evidence that matched his planning document and tape residue, pushpin holes. There were a couple of things in there that were just very nefarious. And in addition to that, other things in the basement. So, according to Newsday, I'm going to read you a little bit of this. A basement vault belonging to accused Gilgo Beach serial killer Rex Heuermann was disassembled Thursday as his family prepares to sell the Massapequa Park home where he lived during what prosecutors have alleged was a decade-long killing spree. Yes, they are selling the house finally, and the vault was disassembled. Now, this is where it gets a little crazy. Also, thank you, Megan, for gifting an Oblivious Benson membership. Megan is coming out guns a-blazing today. She is bullying me with memberships. I will be calling Morgan and Morgan. I'm going to be calling Megan and Megan later. I'm going to call Megan and Megan, and she will get me a cash settlement for bullying me. Absolutely grounded, Wendy. You're grounded for being a member for 10 months. How dare you? The large pentagon door to the walk-in vault featured Heuermann's initials RAH on it. So weird, right? It was pulled through Bilko doors by a team of 5 movers and hauled away on a trailer hitched to a Ford Super Duty 350 shortly before noon Thursday. Now, you may be wondering, where is that vault door going into? Is it going into evidence? No. The heavy lift came as Heuermann's former wife, Asa Eller, has been clearing the First Avenue house to prepare the property for sale. Her attorney said Heuermann's stepson, Chris Sheridan, observed the door being removed by a team of movers. They are cleaning up the house. Attorney Robert Macedonia said they're disposing whatever items they're not going to keep and putting other items in storage, prepping the house for eventual sale. So now we're going to get to the crazy part. Are you ready? Here we go. The vault was located in an unfinished portion of the Heuermann basement and contained nearly 280 guns, prosecutors have said. Many of the weapons lacked proper permits and have been turned over to the authorities in Nassau County, where Heuermann could eventually face additional charges, court records show. Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney has said the investigators do not believe the guns were used in the crimes. David Adamovich, and this is the crazy part, David Adamovich of Freeport, New York, who is known as the world's largest collector of serial killer memorabilia, said Heuermann's personal belongings would have value as collectibles if someone was willing to sell them, though he noted it's difficult to say how much they would be worth. Someone has to be able to pay whatever a seller is asking for, Adamovich said. There is no blue book for serial killer collectibles. Adamovich said the value of an item increases following a conviction or confession. Ellerup, whose divorce from the accused serial killer of 7 women was finalized last month, was not at home at the time of the move, but said she has been spotted helping to clear the home in recent weeks. It goes on and on about all the things that were up for sale. And let me move on here because I want to show you something crazy. Give me 1 second. Let me pull this up because I do have to go soon. Okay, here we go. So, a few weeks ago, this guy, Adamovich, was talking about the Rex Heuermann items, and it seems word on the street is he purchased the door. Now, I saw multiple reports of him purchasing that door. I did not see any proof as far as a sale record of it. However, it's very interesting because he did say in this post article that he intended to buy that door. So I'm very interested if that is where it's going. Now, who is Dr. or where it went? Who is Dr. David Adamovich? He is not only the world's largest collector of serial killer items, who stated that he intends to purchase Rex's truck if he can. Okay. And apparently he is ready to buy up everything he can from the estate if possible, because it is all going up for sale. He has pre-bid on some of it, it seems. But he is also known as a professional knife thrower and impalement artist. His LinkedIn lists him as a magician. He is the world's fastest knife thrower, according to Guinness Book of World Records. So what I wanted to show you now is the guy who intends on buying all of Rex Heuermann's shit. Are you ready for this? This is crazy. I'm going to let these play through, okay? I have to go, but I will come back in a few hours when trial is over and we will go over all of it, all right? I love you guys very much, and I want to say thank you to everybody who has been members for 3 months, Melissa member for 9 months, Miss Jessica member for 4 months, Megan gifted a membership, Wendy, you are ungrounded. Where are you? Where's fucking turd? Big turd. Ungrounded. Everyone's ungrounded for being members. I will not be streaming it after lunch. It is disgusting. This fucking psycho. This guy is so fucking weird. Have you seen this yet, Raul? He wants to buy it all. He wants to buy the truck, which I don't think is appropriate. I think that they should 100% sell that truck and give the money to the victims' families. But not only that, this guy is like hell bent on getting that door. Like, he's a fucking weirdo. Check out this fucking nutbag, okay? And I'm sorry, like,
The idea of switching career.
I get it. There, like, for example, Amigo the Devil. He is a fantastic musician who I fucking love. He collects things like memorabilia and stuff, but this is a whole nother level. Like, he collects different types of memorabilia that I consider like historically interesting, but this guy is like, he has bags of hair. He bought Jeffrey Dahmer's glasses. He has paintings from Bowden. He spends so much money and he tries to collect literally as much as he can, and it doesn't really seem to matter. There's no ethical line whatsoever. And it just trips me out because he's also a fucking magician. And he throws knives for a living. It's just a lot. It's a lot. It is obsessive. And he has been having a time getting his name out there off of his intent to scoop up as much as he can when it comes to this case. And I want you guys to see, this is one of the most bizarre individuals that I've ever seen. And usually I don't shit on people for collecting stuff because I collect stuff too, but like, this is like, he's like, I'm getting that truck, and he's over here pricing shit like before it was even for sale. It's very
The idea of switching careers
okay.
at the age.
So we're gonna watch. You know, I love watching eccentric people be wild. Look at this motherfucker. Like, this is really insane. And there was a woman on Reddit who talked about him, and she said that when she was walking through his backyard to get to a wedding, they had to walk by a board where he straps himself to and spins around, or he straps a woman to and spins her around and throws knives at her. And I'm like, dude, that is the drunk uncle. You do not want to go to his house. Like, this guy's fucking wild. So yeah, this is the dude that is hell-bent on buying up everything he can from Ace's estate. And I want you guys to check this shit out. Have you ever seen anyone as eccentric as this? Because what the fuck? Watch this shit. This is really crazy.
The idea of switching careers at the age of 50 might seem stressful, but a new line of work offers new opportunities to learn.
One man followed his passion 20 years ago and became the best in the world. In this week's Snapshot New York, CBS 2's Steve Overmeyer discovers that you can find success even if you aim to miss.
We're just moments away from a performance that's perilous.
Honestly, to this day, 20 years on stage, that I haven't been backstage before walking out asking myself, what are you doing? One mistake, you go from hero to zero, and you can seriously hurt somebody.
The Great Throwdini is the world's fastest and most accurate knife thrower. He holds 44 world records. He's been featured on numerous TV shows worldwide, and he's never missed. Actually, all he does is miss.
She literally has sharp knives being thrown at her.
Thrown around her, not at.
That's true.
As the saying goes, or I like to say, they last a lot longer that way.
Knife throwing acts rose to fame in America in the 1800s when it was the centerpiece of the traveling Wild West shows. Through the years, stakes have gotten higher, culminating in the spinning wheel of death, then the veiled wheel of death. But only one man has performed the veiled double wheel of death.
Not a lot of space when you have two girls on the veiled wheel of death.
That much. While it's spinning almost a second per turn.
In the field of impairment arts, success is not measured by hitting your target. It's how artfully you miss.
Do you like to shock the audience a little?
Very often I will see people sitting in the front few rows, kind of like, I can't watch this. Can't watch it, right. But they're watching.
What's more, he didn't pick up a throwing knife until the age of 50.
I'd like to look at it as saying I found myself. Perhaps all the good parts of all those things that I was makes me who I am today.
And who he's become starts with who he's been.
Retired professor with a doctorate in exercise physiology, paramedic, pool hole owner, professionally trained chef, ordained minister. And in my spare time, I throw knives.
His home.
By the way, I did look into him, and all of that is fucking true, and he didn't lie about his credentials, but what the fuck? He is a legit doctor who is doing this. I need to know, does Darlene know him? He was an EMT, and when I was looking it up, he was an EMT in the 80s. He starts throwing knives after dealing with knife wounds. Oh, great. Great. Fantastic. By the way, dude's almost 80 years old and still fucking doing this shit and still collecting serial killer stuff. Like, this is, I don't want this to be my people. And also, some of these don't have handles. And it really stresses me out wondering, are all of these his or are some of them from serial killers? Because that would piss me off.
Boasts racks of steel filled with blades from history, like the only known knives owned by Harry Houdini. His museum is also his practice arena.
I need to practice.
Right.
Do you mind?
Oh my God. Is there something I need to sign?
Just look right here.
Okay,
That's
okay. Jeez, oh Pete. What the heck?
He has a memorable way of making his point. This former professor left a job focused on stability and found a livelihood where the main motivator was self-expression.
At any point in your life, it doesn't matter when it is, you may stumble on something that you just didn't know you had. Don't be afraid to make that change. Even if it's entirely different than what you were, that change is still me.
Oh, don't worry. It gets way fucking weirder. Way fucking weirder. And by the way, LA, if he wasn't throwing knives at a bitch, I would probably tell you, like, hey, that's a pretty good message. But I would just not get into knife throwing. I don't care what this guy says. I would not do that.
Whew. Steve's a lot braver than I am, for sure.
Yeah, and the guy's never missed. That means he might have an off day. The streak might end.
Yeah.
All right. Don't be around for that.
Okay, I'm not gonna make you watch this whole thing, but he got a Lifetime Achievement Award at the Magic Awards, which is a magicians freak me the fuck out. So this is his Guinness World Records video.
My real name is Dr. David Adamovich. My stage name is the Great Throdine. I've been
Like, I think the problem I have more than anything is that he calls himself an impalement artist and he's buying shit from serial killers. It trips me out. Not just buying, but collecting and pricing. Like, it's a problem for me.
throwing knives for 13 years. I started at the age of 50 and I'm 63 now. I'm in the Guinness World Records book for 3 records for the speed of my throwing. In one record, I threw 102 knives around the girl in 1 minute. In another record, I threw 10 knives on one side in 4.29 seconds. And in the other record, I threw 10 knives alternating on each side of the girl in 4 seconds. Thank you.
What does it feel like to have knives thrown at me at such high speeds? It's all right as long as you don't move. I'm involved in sideshow, so this is just another trick up my sleeve. I don't get scared. I don't flinch. I deal with a lot of blades and dangerous things.
It's just wonderful to see myself in the Guinness World Records book for those 3 records and to be known around the world as the world's fastest knife thrower.
All this expert needs is a skilled hand and a girl with guts.
This is a guy that throws real knives, machetes, axes at a beautifully, scantily clad woman on stage. What could be better than that?
The Guinness Book of World Records lists him as the world's fastest knife thrower. 10 knives in 4.2 seconds.
My first guest tonight is the world's fastest knife thrower.
He's going to put a blindfold on? This is crazy.
And keep throwing those knives. We'll be right back.
Our next guest is a professional knife thrower, and he's got to be nuts. The great Rodini. Here he is.
Thank you.
So Rodini, you started playing with knives and throwing knives at 50. It sounds oddly like a midlife crisis.
That's exactly what it
And
was.
most people will get a fancy car or a young girlfriend, but you.
I picked up knives.
He gets the young girl.
Yeah, but he throws knives
as a
at
bonus.
Around,
Maybe that's his
around
Is that like
her
foreplay?
instead of-
Did you always want to do this? Like, did you? What?
No, I was a professor for 18 years.
Okay.
And then,
And then you
I
got
left
so
that,
angry with your students.
I went
that
into
you-
emergency medicine management. No, I taught electrocardiography. I had to read an ECG.
Oh my gosh.
And then I went into emergency medicine management, was in that for a few years. Then I opened a pool hall. And within a short time of running the pool hall, one of my customers showed me a small throwing knife. And we went outside, I threw it against the tree and I said, oh, I can do that. And that was it. That started the
That's
whole.
it. I want to know who the first person that agreed to let you practice honor was.
It was a guy.
How many people
And
went to the funeral?
I must
Right.
say that after that first set that I did around him, he jumped away from the board. He said, "That was so great. Can we do it again? It was as exciting when I had my nipples pierced."
Ew.
So that was my inauguration
Oh,
into knife throwing.
Okay, so then I guess the really appropriate question is, what's wrong with you?
She's trusting.
I'm very trusting, but I mean, I've been a performer myself for many years. I'm used to being on a stage and performing, and I don't know, 13 is very trusting. You just kind of feel very comfortable up here.
You feel very comfortable over there.
It puts you at ease.
He hasn't. She just seems unmarred.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
We like to keep it that way.
Yeah.
too,
Let's.
yes.
Well, let's see how you.
We try not to hit them because they last longer that way.
Exactly. You have a good insurance plan?
Yes, I do.
Yes. Okay.
Now, have you had much caffeine today?
Shaky.
One of your
Yeah.
cappuccinos in the back there. Yeah, nice big one.
Oh, great. That's
All right.
good.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay.
All
So, what are
right.
you going to show us first?
Okay, I'll show you something called lateral with a straw. I'm going to throw a bunch up one side,
Okay.
and then.
Oh my God. I don't know. I can't. I
okay.
don't know that I can watch this. Oh,
Ouch.
oh
Ouch.
my. Ah, see? No. I don't like it.
Something. I think my mark.
Okay, for Didi.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Great.
And now we'll turn her. Okay, this one's about accuracy now. We'll go for the straw.
Okay. Let's. Yeah. Hit the straw.
He's rendered me speechless.
Okay.
Oh God. Oh no.
Don't move. One more. Don't move.
Holy
I'm
crap.
push-
That's close enough.
Yeah,
No,
it's enough.
I'm
We're
pushing
easy.
it down. Let me
We're
get
good.
one.
We're good here.
Okay.
We're fine. Oh crap. I can't.
Thank you.
She holds very still. I don't.
See,
And you're now a world record holder too?
I have 25. I've set or broken 25 world records for the speed of my throwing.
What's this different knife here for?
That's the one that's gonna kill you.
I'm going to finish with that one
Okay.
when I'm blindfolded, and
Oh.
she's going to tap the middle.
Okay, didn't you just recently do some crazy whacked out stunt where you can't
Twirling
see
on
them
a-
and twirling on a
Yes.
roulette wheel and stuff?
Melissa and I became the 4th knife throwing pair in history in 72 years. The last time it was done was 32 years ago.
You know why that is?
To do a spinning wheel. It's the wheel of death, but it's raised to the level of putting a paper veil in front of it, so I cannot see the board or her, and it's spinning, and I'm throwing the knives through the paper.
Sweetheart, there's help for people like you.
What are you going to do now? Speed?
Okay,
Do you
so-
want me to time you for this
Yeah.
one?
Yes.
Okay.
So I want to explain. See what happened with that last thing with the straw?
Yeah.
The knife goes through the air like this. So I was trying to get through the straw, but it was a little bit above, so it was
Okay.
landing like that. But
Okay.
that's what happened there, so you understand how a knife behaves in the air.
Okay.
Now I'm going to try and throw 10 knives in under 5 seconds,
Okay.
somewhere between 4 and 5.
All right.
Started on my first one, stop it on my 10th
Okay.
one.
I cannot.
Yep.
If you listen carefully, you'll hear me speeding up as we throw. It'll
Okay.
be below a half second per throw.
All right.
Okay. Ready?
Yeah. I pressed the wrong button. I'm sorry. I don't know how long it took. I kept
You
my
don't have to
finger
do
on
it again. It's okay. You don't have
Well,
to
she
do it
pressed the
again.
wrong button.
I
It gave
did.
me 12/10 of a second.
Yeah,
That's pretty good.
very, very fast. Speed of light.
Well, we'll show you some
And it's a workout too.
blind stunts.
you.
How's that? Okay.
Can't you just throw it at the board and make shapes without a person there or something?
Sure, I can. That's what's happening. Okay, I'm going to put on a metal mask.
Okay.
Yeah, I
And
looked
she's-
through it. You can't see anything.
Yeah,
I
it's
looked at it.
metal. It's real. Can't see through that.
There's
And
no
she's gonna
holes in it.
then cover me with a hood.
There is something wrong with this whole thing. Oh, no. Really? She's going to go there?
She's going to put him in the right spot.
I'll tell you something else amazing. She's wearing a leotard without tights, and look at her butt. Amazing.
There's the 7th one.
I have the 7. Oh, you.
Okay.
How are you not? How can
Where's
you watch
the
this?
one with the handle?
I'm interested. You're not scared?
Okay, go.
If you miss, it could scar me for life.
It's gonna scar her.
It's gonna kill her. I don't.
Ready?
Go. Again.
Good job.
So, thank you. Thank you.
Let me take some here. Very good job.
That was great and disturbing.
We'll be right back.